Hey, everybody. So today we're going to look at a deal and do a deal breakdown in King County, specifically in Shoreline. We're going to do an investment analysis live right now, looking at a property. I'm going to walk you through kind of what investor mindset, what they might look at. We're going to estimate rehab. We're going to look at the financials. We're going to look at holding costs. We're going to break down the real numbers, what it would take, and figure out, hey, is this property a deal, or is it a deal breaker or disaster? Okay, so let's go ahead and start and look at the analysis for right now. So we have this deal. Ooh, look at this roof. We got plastic covering on the roof. That means the roof has failed, ladies and gentlemen. That means that there is water leakage, more than likely. We'll also look at the garage door. The garage door is either removed and it's just covered up in plywood. Let's look at the location here really quick. So we'll take a look at this. This is the location. It's in Shoreline, kind of in this area here. Okay, it's not a bad location necessarily. Let's take a look at the satellite. Let's look at the parcel. Okay, actually pretty decent. Nice big lot. You could actually, it has some I wish there was an alley because that'd be really a killer deal, actually. But there's some dadu potential here. You could potentially put one unit back here. And yeah, it's not a super busy street. It's in a good location. Okay, so there's some promise there. We're not going to do a dadu analysis today. We're just looking at this strictly as a flip. So, purchase price. They're asking $640,000. And we're going to look at the lot size. The lot size is 8,400 square feet. So again, good lot size. Plenty of space for a dadu. So that might change the investment analysis here. Look, it says including possible ADUs. I do think it's definitely possible to add one. It also is closer to the Mountain Lake Terrace light rail station, which is good. And I think also the seller's offering seller financing. These rates are terrible for seller financing. So not sure why they're offering that. That's not incentivizing whatsoever. Those rates are horrible for seller financing. So, but anyways, moving on. Let's see. So this is kind of some numbers, financials, but let's go to the property. Okay, so we got this. Look at exterior. So we'd probably have to replace this walkway here. At least remove these steps. Maybe pour concrete or asphalt walkway here. Trim this down. Landscaping is not too bad. But again, we got to replace the roof. That's an obvious one right there. We got to replace the garage door. So let's break down some other stuff. Probably replace the front door. Okay, so interior flooring is pretty rough. We might be able to save it, but it might just be easier to tear it all out and put in LVP. Could keep the chimney, just would clean it up, add some paint to it. Tear out all these, tear out all light fixtures. Let's see what else we got for heating and air conditioning, if there's anything. So you can see all the doors have been removed, all the trim. It's like somebody maybe started on the demo and did a bunch of demo and then just stopped. So they tore out all the kitchen. This is all the kitchen appliances. The fridge was there. It looks like it has several different paint jobs here. So maybe some leaks as well. So water damage in between. So you'd have to tear everything out. Again, the kitchen, the sink. This would all have to be torn out. Everything would be torn down to studs. This bathroom's not half bad. You could definitely rearrange it and do some stuff here. It's not terrible. Okay, so new doors, new floors, new paint, or tear off all this paneling, new lighting fixtures, new windows. Basically, okay, so here's the garage. Not sure what's going on here. Replace the garage door, clean this up a little bit, patch the holes. Again, replace the doors. The flooring would have to be replaced here. Lighting fixture, tear this off, tear that out. Tear a lot more demo still. You could keep that window. But again, tear all this out right there. See if you could tear this out. Remove that. Remove this cabinet. Again, replace the flooring. Do we do some wiring here for some outlets? So we're gonna have to tear it all off anyways. We got to replace all the flooring here, new paint, new lighting fixtures. This is your attic access here, so you can replace these doors or just keep them. Either way, it's not a big deal. All the trim needs to be redone. This would I would just demo completely, just get rid of it. This needs to be cleaned up, and you could do, you could probably keep it, but just clean it up a lot. Exterior, the landscape is not terrible. I would keep that shed, that's fine. That one's okay looking. Yeah, this one you can maybe try to save. I'm not sure. It may not be worth digging up, but you could try to save it first. Some of the siding looks okay, just needs to be cleaned up. I would double check that, but if you don't got to replace all the siding and you just paint it and you clean it and then you can paint it, that's save you some money there. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. So that's the property. Let's look at the numbers, okay? What is this home worth? We're going to look at a couple different places here. Waiting for you guys to join me on this page. So this is a common place that we go to as investors just to kind of do some quick calculations and penciling. And let's say this is your ARV is 796. Now, because of the state of the market, we are comping a little bit below that. So I'm going to go ahead and put 786 when I plug it into the calculator. Let's look at some comps here. 750, 800, that's different. Okay, square footage, So it could be 800. This one sold for 850 and it's slightly bigger, but it's not updated. This one's one car garage as well. This is a 2-car garage. So 850 is, I think, out of the range. This one, ours is bigger. Lot size is a little bit smaller. Garage size is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit older. So that's 770. I think somewhere between 770 and 800, honestly, because here's another one, 800, and it's bigger. This one's at 839, but it's bigger, and the lot size is bigger, and it's a little bit newer. But I don't think it's remodeled, though. Let's look at this one. No, not really remodeled, just painted a little bit. Maybe a new sliding door. Okay, so this one was remodeled. This one was, the kitchen was updated. Okay, and this one sold for $840. Yeah, new flooring, new paint, new kitchen, new laundry room. Kept the trim. The bathroom looks the same. They did redo the shower. That's tacky to me, but whatever. Kept the closet doors. Kept the interior doors. Okay, so 830. So I don't think we'd be getting 830. So let's just say, because it's a 1-car garage, like I think 795 is actually kind of conservative. So like 795, 800, I think is fairly reasonable. Like I said, it's a good lot size. This one's 769, but it's not as nice or it's not as big. So I think it's quite a bit larger than that, and newer and more bedrooms. So I think, yeah, you're 785 to 800. Let's look at this. And this was 800, but it is a 2-car garage. Okay, so this is 800. I think we could match that. I don't know if we'd beat it, but I think we could match it. Okay, so now I think we could match that. This is a split level. Split levels are not as desirable as this one. So I think for comparators to a subject. So now let's look at the rehab. The rehab is absolutely down to studs. I kind of put the rehab at about 160 to 180, depending on whether or not we have to place, siding. We're going to have to do all interior doors, exterior doors. We don't have to replace all the windows, maybe just a couple. but definitely the roof, the garage door. So I'm saying like at least 160, 165. So let's plug that in here. We'll just keep that the same. This is probably going to be a total of 9 months carrying. Let's do 165. Okay. So, and then these rates are not accurate. Let's do 15%. Let's do 10. And let's do 1. We get a little bit better than this, but I'm just being conservative here. We'll do 10 and 1 for that. And a lot of people are not going to pay the listing agent this much, so we'll go maybe 2 on investment property. But look at this. So if you pay this price at $640 and you buy this home, you would lose a whopping $134,000. Congratulations, you found a disaster deal. It does not pencil. Even if you change this to $800,000, it is a terrible, terrible deal at $640. So now what happens if we drop this down? $540, right? Oh, let's do that. Okay. Still terrible deal. So let's do 500. Okay, we're starting to get into the profit zone now. Still bad deal. Okay, 475. Oops. Okay, so we're still not at our ROI percentage. So we're still at 475 and profit. We're starting to get some profit, but this is still not a deal. We're below our percentage for our total ROI with all these numbers and holding costs. So let's go to 450 then. Okay, we're getting really close. Okay, so I can tell you that at 440, some investors would buy it. It kind of hits this total 12% total ROI number. Your real sale profit is about $85,000. It gives you some margin. I think for us, we'd probably want to target a little bit better than that. Trying to get closer to, let's do 425. 15% total ROI, 100K profit. Boom, that gives it, just in case this doesn't sell for that. So let's say, God forbid, for whatever reason, the market goes down significantly and you only get this. Well, now you're still going to make a good profit, right? So now instead of making 100K, you're making 77. So you lost 25K on your resale value, but you're still going to be fine, right? You're still going to be happy. And that's the point, right? So ideally, you want to make this. This is the goal. This is your 15% ROI. This is your total profit. This is the goal. This is ideal. This is what we're shooting for. Realistic, but however, things go sideways. So again, if this goes down to 775, oops. Let's do like worst case scenario. This goes 775. And let's say this goes to 12 months of holding costs. Well, guess what? Congratulations. You still made $60,000. So the price goes down. Steven 770. So what would the price have to this home sell for in order for you to start losing money and get risky? I think it would have to be below 750, which realistically this home's not going to sell for below 750. Let's just be honest. The comps say it's going to sell for way over 750. So even at 750, you're still making money if you buy it at this price. Okay? Now, is this where you want to be? Heck no. But you're still making money. You're still not going to lose money here. So what do? So we say, okay, well, $800,000. But again, the name of the game is to not lose money. Okay, $800,000. I think you could definitely do it in 9, probably faster, but let's just say 9. And this is your number. So that is the deal analysis for this property. Kind of walking through again, going through the different rehab. Again, if you add in the roof, the garage door, all the exterior doors, all the landscaping, painting inside and out, new drywall throughout, New bathrooms, a bathroom and a half. Maybe you could add another half bathroom. So then you'd have 2 bathrooms total, 4 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 1520 square feet. As a 1 story is pretty dang good. 1 car garage. Yeah, I think, and you can maybe even do 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. There you go. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1520 square feet. It's up to you. New flooring, replace all these panels, some new windows. You'd have to probably add some mini splits too. 1 exterior mini split, probably 3 or 4 heads. And again, that's how you're getting to about 165K of rehab here. Worst case, 175K, I think. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and that's going to conclude this video.